The raptors are here. Look at the boys there, grafting away. Where's the king reptile? There he is. King lizard in the back. I can't wait for this. We'll be desperate for this, aren't we, for ages? Like a post-fight breakdown. And with this geezer's... Well, he's a nutcase. You know what Dan's like. He's an absolute nutcase. He'll seen things in these fights that I don't think any, you know what I mean? Not even the fighters saw. So it's going to be... I'm really looking forward to this because he's not showed me anything on the screen. So we're all going to get an MMA lesson today, boys. An MMA lesson.
Is it buzzing in there?
Yeah, two buzzing. Two buzzing. I struggled to get from the door to the elevator before. Well, Molly McCann was the first one. I was sneaking in. I was like undercover, just kind of sneaking through and into the elevator. Molly McCann comes crashing down, Hardy.
I was alright.
And that was it. Not good. Not good. No, I could use that as a
That could be a new thing, like in MMA, couldn't it? Like in the pre-fight meeting, like what's your safe word? Like, just text it down. If I hear that, pull in the fight.
It'd be even better if the referee chose the safe word.
Yeah.
Your safe word's pineapple.
If I hear you say that in the fight, lads, I'm pulling it.
And you
need a rest. Getting on a bit, aren't you?
I just said it needs to be called eye bags for Dan Hardy this morning. I do need a rest. I'm getting old. Did you find that? Did you find the Gunnar Nelson?
The elbow.
Yeah, the elbow and knee.
Yeah. So we've done it as a double. So it's one run.
Yeah.
Do the elbow first. Then about 20 seconds. Then it's the big elbow.
Yeah.
So that's why I just done it as one run instead of having two.
Yeah, perfect.
Because 7 seconds is pretty quick. So you might as well stop.
There's Dan, I didn't even see him. Like a freaking ninja, isn't he?
That's a fun. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, trying to get my timing zones right.
Oh, dude. Where are you come from?
Manila.
Oh, right.
Trilla, Manila.
Nice. What are you doing there? Coaching?
Yeah, Keen Cowley, he fought on Brave on Friday night, and then I tried to make it here for Saturday. And mix up the flights and times, and I didn't get in. I didn't get to the venue till 11 p.m. So I fucked up.
Did you watch the fight?
I did. I actually watched Gunny's fight from Paddington Station, sitting beside a couple that were like mauling each other. I was like, just fucking relax for a minute. Like, It was the only like comfortable place I could get Wi-Fi. And two kids like banging each other basically beside me. I'm trying to listen to Dan.
Now is not the time.
And even like I heard your commentary, like after round one, the corner was saying like, you know, okay, it's good you did that, but stick to the game plan. But he was super comfortable in all those positions. I thought round 3 was a little bit more Gunny-esque. Yeah. You know, chaining the takedowns and defense together better, which I would have been kind of on him a bit. Sometimes he's a bit like, you know, whatever you're doing to me, I'll just let you do it because,
so relaxed.
You know, we're all just so relaxed, and I'll just sag on your arm a bit. But round 3 he was like, okay, you don't want to play an overhook game, you're playing an underhook game. I know that sequence. Bum, bum, bum. Takedown, pass, mount, like this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. You got to do. That's got to be from the start. And briefly speaking with them last night, and that's the takeaway. It's just that little bit more like bite from the beginning.
Yeah.
That,
you seem to have it in the Oliveira fight, you know, but after coming to a bit of adversity.
Yeah.
You know, as soon as he decided to get after it, I mean, he was unstoppable, really.
Yes. Yeah. And what are we doing? What's this today? We interviewed or?
We're just chatting about the fights. I've got some clips in here. I can kind of paint some stuff up in that. I'm going to talk about just the finishing sequence and get your thoughts on it. We've got Adam hosting it. Yeah, just kind of a little bit similar to Inside the Octagon. Okay. But it's post-event, so we can kind of talk about the fights and finishes. Yeah. She had a real strong performance. Takedowns, you know, good ground control. Yeah. Nice. Very, very mixed martial arts performance.
Nice.
With them.
What happened to the eye? Was that a punch or an elbow?
It was a right hook.
Wow.
And Molly was. The difference was Priscilla was standing very upright and just trying to punch wherever Molly's head was. Okay. Molly was weaving and coming over the top. Right. And as she was weaving, she just weaved onto a right hook, and it hit her. And she had a swelling immediately here and then immediately inside of the head as well. So I mean, fractured orbital bone straight away. Yeah. But the danger was obviously it swelled shut immediately.
Yeah.
And we've got a minute left, and the referee stops it to bring the doctor in, and she was on the scorecards. So then there was are they going to take the fight away from her? And it was Chris Lamb who just let it go.
Not as good as the one that you guys have.
It's more responsive. I will say that. Yeah, absolutely.
So there's a replay coming up.
See when he steps in there, is he like skip step like that?
It's the Tyron Woodley.
I couldn't see his feet.
Yeah, it's the Tyron Woodley. You know when Woodley knocked out Robbie Lawler?
Yeah.
He does this thing where he pumps the right hand just to bridge the gap to bring his back leg through, so he kind of does.
Okay.
He looks like he pushes up the wrong foot.
Yeah.
That first step he takes is kind of like he's just ready to pelt at him. It's just like he's trying to figure his feet out, and then
You did that one more time?
Yeah.
Or did that just
Can I legally record this?
it's everywhere. Don't worry.
I like this guy here.
Yeah, I saw this.
Kavanagh still joining fights.
The incoming feeds are happening. Run.
I didn't think he had that sort of real stopping power. And,
Yeah.
when you see the dead foot,
Dragon.
it's called drag foot. It's like that's what's actually the name of it from a neurological response. Really? It's you've got two spots there, your funny bone, and here, and it's where there's a major nerve that has no protection. And he's 100 kilos, he's a bit overweight. And he's a bit odd, and he brings me on the mat. He goes, no, there's a nerve here. And I'm like, Dan, don't fucking hurt me here. Like, it's Dan Healy. You probably know Dan Healy from Safe from me. And he goes, no, just look. Whom! Clocks me with it. Like, yeah, I get your point.
Yeah. It's amazing how effective it's been, though. Just completely taking the sport by
I've got a really
storm.
good Thai boxer, Keen Cowley. I don't know if you know him. So that's who I was in Manila with.
Right.
And he's understands it, but he was never like huge about it. And in round one, the guy kicked his calf off. And so after the fight, he's like, "Yep, there it is now. Now I know."
Stick with that one. Yeah.
There's the next opponent I get is getting them.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, Brad. John, your T-shirt underneath that, is it branded?
Yep.
Is it a big brand?
It's huge. It's 3 big letters.
What does it say?
UFC.
Fine.
Yeah, gets a real specialist.
Absolutely. Should we go through the clips now? Sure. So we can all have a little look. Yeah. We each want to go through them. Yeah, let's go through them.
He's missed it.
Sorry?
That's Damien Hirst.
He's looking away.
He's watching the screen.
Oh, is he screen? No, I didn't do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of the
Yeah, we'll just keep the cameras rolling until the batteries go.
big, like, she was an interesting one to watch as well.
Yeah, this was a great fight.
It just shows how.
Could take a dig, this kid, can't she?
Yeah.
She Brazilian?
Yeah. The nickname is Zombie.
That's where it was.
Okay.
So there's two angles. There's one before this. This is it first.
So you got three. Are you seeing any more? Anything else?
Yeah, just dipped into the
Yeah.
that
Like a thumb.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, the
And
speed
that's the
the swelling
second.
came out was ridiculous.
Yeah, the pan of the footage. Okay, cool. Alright, we're going to turn this live view pack off and on again.
The next shot after this I love. It just shows how like just getting the fouls going. I'm gonna kill her.
Little animal. Good effort.
She jumps over.
It's a shame we can't actually show what she did there.
I know, it's
amazing.
I know, I loved it. I was like, me and Kev looked at it, just couldn't stop laughing at her. Yeah.
I didn't see this fight, but I was.
It was a good fight.
Good fight,
It was
yeah.
a good fight. Casey just attacked the low calf all the way through, and then he forced Joe Duffy to switch to southpaw, which made him very uncomfortable. You could see he just wasn't comfortable. What, did you watch this?
This was a
Verbal submission.
So what, did he scream or?
I didn't hear anything.
Oh wow. You know, it's one thing I don't understand about refs being so nervous when there's a submission going on. Even like the stoppage with the bulldog choke, it's like,
Thanks.
yeah, let it go a few seconds.
Exactly.
He goes out. He gets his arm busted, Like, I can definitely understand them being on edge when it's against the fence and they're getting pummeled. Or it's mounted and getting pummeled. Yeah, I could forgive like quick stoppages then.
Yeah.
You know, you just err on the side of caution. But I don't understand when I see refs like this when there's a choke going on.
That's not nothing.
Put your hands down.
And
What's the worst that's going to happen?
That's exactly it. And I was chatting to ask her about it. I interviewed her on Facebook, and one of the things I wanted to speak to him about was whether, when Herb came in to check Robbie's arm, whether he thought that he was stepping to the fight.
Right.
Because I mean, thing is, as you watch it, and you'll know better than me, as you start to just release a little bit, just a bit of blood to the brain, and you're back in the room. And I felt to myself that in that moment when Robbie's hand dropped, he was out.
Yeah.
And then as soon as Herb stepped in to check his arm,
I thought the Gracie brothers nailed it. It was like, was it too early? Yes. Would have made a difference? No. You can't argue with that breakdown. Yeah. I still think like refs need to give it an extra 3-4 seconds. It's not going to be the end of the world if he's out. Guys get choked out in the gym all the time. It's not super dangerous. I'd forgive a ref stopping against one of my guys if it was against the fence. He's getting pummeled. In fact, I actually, you know, Mark Goddard spoke about that. Like more stoppages on a standing opponent. We're always waiting for the boxing, like, you know, 2 or 3 unanswered, and it's like, yeah, you'll fight another day. And I completely understand that. An arm, a joint lock or a choke, let it be 100%.
Yeah.
You know.
So what about verbal submission? We were just talking about the idea. I mean, I know we were taking the piss, but the idea of having a safe word, like instead of it just being a oh, that was a verbal submission. It was a scream.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, should you be allowed to scream in pain in a fight?
Yeah, I mean, well, if you get a punch, you go, fuck. Yeah. You know, is that a verbal tap, you know? I have a guy, do you know Pascu, man, the Romanian guy that trains with me? He's a weirdo, like he's always grunting and making sounds on the ground, like, and I've warned him, I said, Pascu, you gotta be careful, man. The wrong judge or referee's gonna hear that and step in. Yeah. Oh, it's fine, I just make sounds. It's like, stop fucking making sounds. But yeah, I just think it should be a very obvious stop. You know, rather than like you know, you've done that myself, you know, pulling out something. But stop is a direct command.
Absolutely.
So when the thing is playing, can I go like this? Yeah. Because I can't see the screen. This end.
You can come forward, pace down. That's it, and then angle your body towards. That's it. Really? Which camera are you looking at? I'm looking at you, baby. That's a good answer.
As you can see, we've been joined by John Kavanagh. John, thank you very much for your time. John and Dan are going to run us through some analytical breakdowns of some of the fights from last night. But before we get to the synopsis, let's have a look through at some of the results from the main card. I'm assuming that you caught up with the event and seen the majority of the fights.
Yeah, most of it, yeah.
How's Gunny? With obviously.
Yeah, he's fine. You know, he's disappointed.
Yeah.
Third round, he was really on top coming into himself. But I guess we'll talk about that.
Absolutely. One other bit of the atmosphere. Something else, isn't it?
Amazing, buzzing. I could barely hold still the whole night. I was up and down out of my seat.
Oh, we'll see that later on.
I'm sure we will.
I wasn't at the arena, but Orla said when she was leaving, she heard all these fans. That's still done now. You know, he's never going to come back from that. Steady on, mate. You know,
I think it's a lot of boxing fans who watch it. Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
Two losses. He's only getting started. Yeah. And I do think he's going to go on his best run at 185. 175, I think, will be probably super for him. Those last 5 pounds, I'm sure, are freaking miserable for him. Yeah. But I still think at 185, like who's like bullied him in the clinch? I haven't seen anybody really bully him. And that's always what I said to my guys. If you're being bullied in the clinch, you need to go down a weight class. If you're being hit out here, that's something to do with weight, you know? but and that's why I never was mad about Gunny going because no one really bullied him in the clinch. You know, whatever, he's had his couple of slips, but
yeah. Has he gained much weight throughout his UFC career?
Now he's like, it was funny. I was flagging him because I said, "How's the weight cut going?" You know, you always give out about weight cutters, but he's 83 kilos. That's what he is on Tuesday, coming in Tuesday. So it's 6 kilos he's taken off. You know, it's a cut.
That for me is ideal for welterweight though. I think any more than that is starting to get detrimental.
Yeah.
I mean, I brought my.
I heard Till's numbers and I was like,
oh, ridiculous! Yeah, ridiculous.
That's heavy. That's heavy. You know, just after having had a couple of guys that are, you know, their last 4 weeks, you can't talk to them. You can't talk strategy. We can't talk technique. Each training session, people just doing this to them is like, no. You know, it's just everything's just sore and susceptible to colds a lot more. You know.
It's the cloudy thinking, that's the thing that stands out to me first and foremost. When I see a couple of fighters weight cutting, and I know they're cutting too hard, it's because I can see that it's just a 20% presence missing. Just, you know, they're a little bit, everything's functioning a little bit slower.
Right.
You know, like the machine needs oiling, that's how it feels.
Right, yeah. I look forward to seeing at 185.
Yeah, I think so. And, you know, and he's still going to grow into his body. I mean, he's what, 26?
Think about it. I think when he goes, I'm going to be 185, he's going to go bang, like overnight. Because it's just going to be a few extra meals, do squat once a week, and he's going to be doing big cuts to 185.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. You look at his bone structure, his hands and his head and everything.
He is a gorilla. I mean, it's a well-given name, you know, the gorilla.
Yeah. Very cool.
Right, well, how do we get a car back? Yeah, sweet.
Where do you want it to hotel?
Yeah, I'd like to. As we're doing it, I was having a think about ways that we can tweak it. Because I'd like it to be a bit more. I'd like it to be a more opportunity for me to talk to you.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Pick John's brain on.
Yeah.
And like I like the idea of a bit more hands-on that because I was going to do a podcast and I went off it, but it was going to be like talk about techniques and then a cut and then as a matter there, a matter wall and say, well, look in this position, well maybe what you would. You know, like so there's a physical side as well as just a verbal side.
Yeah. We should record some episodes. These are my guys. I'll bring them over when I come over and see you guys, and we'll film like 6 or 8, and we'll just bank them and stick them whenever, and monetize it, and get sponsors and stuff.
Sounds good.